Welcome to the interview for the new IB school in Opatija. Today we have the privilege of speaking with a young female doctor who completed the IB school program in Zagreb. With her first-hand experience as an IB student and her current perspective as a medical professional, she offers valuable insights into the advantages of the IB system and its potential impact on her child's education. In this interview, we will explore her experience with the IB school system, the advantages of IB schools compared to traditional ones, her motivation to apply for an IB school, and the role of an IB education in college applications and future success. We will also touch upon the concept of a school as an investment and the importance of a nurturing school environment. Additionally, we will delve into her memories of the IB school, her relationships with schoolmates and professors, and her most cherished moments from her high school years. We will discuss the skills and values that the IB program instilled in her and how they have influenced her career as a doctor. Let's now begin this insightful conversation by delving into her experiences and perspectives regarding the IB school system and its impact on her educational journey and personal growth. Can you share your personal experience as a former IB student in Zagreb? What aspects of the IB school system stood out to you during your high school years?
I had a very good experience in my high school years. I was enrolled in the IB school in Zagreb as part of the MIOC high school. I have very fond memories. I have no bad memories from my high school years. So it was a very enjoyable experience altogether, I think.
In your opinion, what are the main advantages of an IB education compared to traditional schooling? How do you think these advantages will benefit children?
In my opinion, I think the most important advantage I got from IB school is that I learned how to assess myself, how to learn, and how to explore stuff that I was interested in an organized manner, I guess. That's what I found most useful later in life as well.
What motivated you to choose an IB high school for yourself? Did you have specific goals or aspirations that led you to pursue this educational path?
At the time that I was enrolling in high school, it seemed like the most progressive school I could get into in Zagreb. And it seemed like it was giving me the most opportunities in life later on, and it turned out to be correct in every way.
How did the IB school system prepare you for the college application process? Did you feel that the skills and knowledge gained through the IB curriculum gave you an advantage in the application process?
Definitely. First of all, I wasn't sure throughout my high school years what exactly I wanted to study, but I was sure I wanted to do sciences or biomedical sciences. And the IB school, the subjects that I chose were very specific to not biomedicine, but like biological and scientific subjects that I wanted to pursue. At the end of the high school years, when I finished my diploma program and my exams, I actually got invited by different universities, most of which were in my primary choices, to apply there. So if I had wanted to, I could have gone to some of the best schools in the world, which IB diploma gives you the opportunity to because it's accepted worldwide and recognized worldwide. And also in Croatia as well, since I actually enrolled in a Croatian medical school afterwards.
From your perspective as a young doctor, do you believe that investing in an IB education is worth it in the long run? Do you think that an IB education can contribute to your child's future success and career prospects?
I definitely think that investing in an IB school, which is a good choice for our children, for our future, because it gives a very varied and well-rounded knowledge as well as skills that are important for later life. Probably more so than actual just plain knowledge. It gives skills in learning and in finding oneself that I don't think they are present in our classical schooling.
As a parent, what specific qualities or values are you looking for in an IB school in Opatija? How important is it to you that the school aligns with your own experiences and expectations from your time as an IB student?
What I'm looking for in this school, in the IB school in Opatija, for my child is a peace of mind and an easiness of pursuing education. I want her to be happy to go to school. I don't want her to be frustrated with school. I want her to take school as an opportunity to develop herself and her own wishes and aspirations in the future. And I think that, at least in my experience with the IB school that I finished, I think that's something that an IB program is very good at giving to children.
Based on your own experience, what kind of support or resources do you believe an IB school should provide to students to ensure their success? Are there any particular programs or initiatives that you feel are essential?
What my biggest value for me was when I was going to the IB school that I was going to was the fact that I was given a freedom to explore subjects that were more interesting to me than maybe I didn't have to spend time on things that I wasn't very interested in. So I think that maybe what I would like my child to have is the opportunity to really learn how to learn and not be taught, which I think is the idea of the IB program in general. I think the whole idea of the way that subjects are taught in the IB in the connected way with like different kinds of theory of knowledge and other kinds of sort of integrations of different subjects into other subjects is something that in retrospect I find extremely useful. Maybe I didn't notice that when I was going to school, but in retrospect I see how much I gained from learning that way. Like mathematics was useful for literature was useful for mathematics, and the other ways around, in which like when you're in school it's hard to understand that, but later in life you realize, yeah, of course that's why I was this good at this, or like that's why I understood some subjects better. This helped tremendously in med school later on. This way to learn abstract thoughts, like abstractly rather than factually.
What advice would you give to parents who are considering enrolling their child in an IB school? What factors should they consider when making this decision?
I would definitely advise parents to consider the IB education as a good education for their children, especially if their children already show signs of being interested in different subject matters and capable of exploring the world for themselves, but also if they think that that is something that they want to develop in their children, because that's what I mostly developed during my IB years, is this capability of developing ideas or interests and finding out more about things that either I had to learn about or that were interesting to me.
As a medical professional, how do you believe an IB education can contribute to your child's overall development, including critical thinking, problem solving, and other important skills required in the medical field?
To start from myself again, what I think that I learned most from the IB school is to self-assess, to be able to, in a relatively good manner, determine where I am in a certain situation regarding knowledge or regarding the capability of finishing a certain project. So I think this is one of the more useful skills in terms of your question. You become capable of assessing your own capabilities well. You can predict what you can do and what you can't realistically do in any kind of situation.
How do you envision the role of an IB school in fostering a global perspective and cultural awareness in its students? How important is it to you that your child receives an international education through the IB curriculum?
Well, the world has really become like very interconnected and international, and even here in Croatia we are experiencing a growth in the need to be more international and to collaborate with different kinds of cultures. An IB school in its idea is international, so it encompasses students from different parts of the world in every school, but also the curriculum that it teaches and maybe the literature it takes from and the materials of thought. Also some global perspectives are included in the curriculum. So I think that that's very useful, because I think that's something that we lack in our traditional schooling system.
Reflecting on your time in the IB school system, can you share some of your fondest memories from your high school years?
I really enjoyed my chemistry classes. I had high-level chemistry in which I was the only student of, which is also something that the IB school gives you the opportunity to do, and I think maybe in a traditional system I would never have the opportunity to be the only student in the class. And I had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of experience making projects, imagining projects, trying out experiments, building different kinds of devices to do these experiments with, because I had this time with my professor that maybe he wouldn't have been able to provide in a normal or a classical schooling system.
How would you describe the sense of community and camaraderie among your schoolmates in the IB program? Did you find that the collaborative nature of the curriculum fostered strong relationships and a supportive learning environment?
Again, this is something that maybe I didn't feel so strongly during going to school, during the years I was there. But in retrospect, what IB taught me in this respect is that I could collaborate with anyone. So we had a lot of projects that we had to do with each other, and we had these different kinds of subjects that you had with different people and stuff like that. So I think that what I learned from this experience is that you can collaborate with anyone, basically, and you can do it in a good and organized manner, which again, I didn't feel during the high school years, but I did realize in retrospect.
Were there any specific professors or teachers who had a significant impact on your educational journey in the IB school? How did their guidance and teaching style contribute to your overall experience?
One of my favorite professors was Professor Babić from chemistry, who was an old professor at the time, and I had a very good collaboration with him, and I think he had a very good time teaching me as well, because we had this freedom that the IB program provided us with. But all of my professors in high school were, I think, more relaxed when teaching our classes, and more open to experimentation with some new ideas or some other ways of teaching that I guess would not really have been so much used in classical high school teaching. So everyone, I think, is in fond memories. Thank you.